Oh, good.
Let's roll, baby.
Let's roll, baby.
Stop talking, bro.
Oh, like that's my cue. What up, twinkle?
God damn it.
Let's start doing that. Let's roll, cause I don't have a lot of time today. I gotta do shit. I have a closing
Oh, let's go.
to go to.
Is it an investor or
Investor? He's buying. She's buying a three flat in Mayfair, Albany Park.
Oh, nice. Where'd she come from?
She came from Bigger Pockets.
Bigger Pockets.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome girl. Like she was. We went under contract actually 2 times with her, and twice the contract fell apart because of mold. First time, second time was. I don't know what was the second time, but yeah, third time is a charm. So
My man.
it's been a while. I've been working with her for like 3 months now. We've seen.
Congratulations. She's gonna buy more. She's like to investor.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is. Like I've actually. Funny thing, I learned yesterday from a buddy of mine who bought a 2-flat with me. He met with a lender. I did not know that, which is kind of weird. So he bought FHA with me, 5% down. We found a phenomenal 2-flat. Then yesterday he met with a lender, and the lender told him that he can actually purchase another 2-flat with another multifamily unit with the new program, the 5% down.
Yeah.
As an owner occupied, but it needs to be an upgrade. I thought that you had to refi out of the FHA. The FHA wouldn't let you buy another one.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, apparently you can as long as if it's a.
That's Mr. Lender speaking. Are we verifying that?
Yeah, I actually verify with.
Come on, let's buy.
I actually verify with Bill and Kyle. Like
okay.
the stipulation is that you have to upgrade.
Okay.
So basically, you have to convince the FHA that
You're like next step.
you're like kind of upgrading for a reason, like maybe more square footage,
That makes
closer to
sense.
work and all that stuff. And preferably, you gotta wait like 6 months to a year, which is pretty good. Now we're looking at the properties because we closed about 600K. Now we're looking at $1 million properties with him.
Moving on up, baby. That's how you do it.
Let's go.
All right. Show me those pics.
All right, guys. So I'm sort of rebranding the show right now. I'm starting to do little segments. First of all, at every. Damn it.
Nick, no one gives a what you're about
I'm
to fucking
sliding.
do. Just get into it.
I'm sliding down.
No one gives a about what you're about to do. Just get into
I'm
it.
sliding, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm like look like a toddler here at some point, you know. Oh, go. God damn it, buy a chair. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna start doing like little segments. First of all, welcome to Nick's Picks. This edition is brought to you by a lot of caffeine and cigarettes because I'm losing my mind lately with the market going on this way. Yeah, first segment that like we're gonna break down the show in like few different segments. First segment is I'm gonna talk about the rates, the current state of the rates. Second of all, I'm going to give you like, let's say a tip. Again, this is not a euphemism. I'm gonna give you a tip every single day that I'm doing the show and kind of sort of coach you on how to approach an investment property depending on how long it's been on the market, what status is, like if it's like new on the market, if it's price drop, if it's reactivated, etc. Third, I'm going to give you a couple of picks, a couple of good opportunities for investment for you guys. Like I'll try to keep it on the lower end, you know, because not everybody has Taylor Swift budget to buy that $1 million 2-flat in Lincoln Park. And afterwards, I am going to start giving you the best open house that you can go to for investors, because at some point you guys need to stop being lazy and do a little bit of work. Like stop relying on the agents only. You need to do some walking, you need to do some groundwork as well, and start getting familiarized with all the properties and all different types of properties that you would like to invest. The reason I'm saying that is because I get it. If you're a first-time investor, probably you don't know what the okay, like probably you don't know what you're looking for in general. Yeah, I need to start saying that F word, right?
If you want people to love you, Nick, you can't keep swearing at them.
I'm not swearing at them. This is the way I talk.
But you have to be kind.
I am kind. I'm saying kindness.
Okay.
It's a kind.
Just get into it.
Well, this is blinking red. I don't know why is it blinking. Oh, that's when it switched.
It switches.
Hey, that's professional here.
Yeah, man, we're trying.
Look at that.
Trying. Are you gonna show us something or like?
Yeah. I mean, that's what.
About, like, just want to keep swearing.
I just want to keep swearing. That's what makes me comfortable, you know.
It's true.
Okay, first of all, good news. Rates are down. You know, they're not as every person want them to be like in the low fours or something like that. But they're down. They're close to 7, maybe for ideal situation for a first time home buyer. You can get a rate even under 6 right now. You can get quarter under under 7, which is good. I mean, the bad thing about it is that a lot of like the unemployment is going up, which in this situation, bad news or good news, because at some point we need to kind of cool off the labor market. But with this, the rates are going down, so that gives a lot of opportunities for more people to be homeowners, right? Now, rates for investors are a little bit different. This is the big thing that I want to stress about. Usually, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can get that low 7, high 6 rates. But if you're an investor, you're already a homeowner, you're probably looking at about percent higher. So if you already own a home, you probably need to do your own underwriting on about 8% interest rate. Now, second of all, I want to give you a little bit of coaching on how to approach properties in terms of sending offers. Now, like I said, in each episode, I'm going to talk about certain segment, like a little bit like different things. So the first thing is, how do we approach new listing on the market in terms of an investment? Let me get more comfortable for that, because I've said that probably 75 times and people do not listen to me. All right, guys. So if something is brand new on the market and something just came on the market, let's say 5 days ago, and you approach that with, I want to say 20, like hypothetically the unit is $200,000. And if you go there and try to lowball it at a 170, it just doesn't make sense for the seller to sell. The reason I'm saying that is at some point, you need to put yourself in the shoes of the seller, right? Like, why the hell would somebody drop $30,000 right off the bat without even giving up opportunity for the market to show itself? Meaning that a listing agent, usually when a listing agent takes a listing, they have a really good talk with the seller, and they're like, listen, there are 3 options. We either put it under market, try to create multiple offer situation, we list it right on the market, or we overlist. Now, if the listing agent did their job properly and they overlist a little bit, they'll still wait at least a couple of weeks before they even think about taking an offer under the asking price. Again, you're kind of shopping for opportunities when it comes to new listings. So you're not shopping for the price that much. You're kind of shopping for a situation, because you never know what the seller situation is. As agents, as buyer's agents, we don't know what's going on the other side. Might be an older person that moved to Florida and they just don't want to deal with that property. It might be something that, for example, a divorce. I mean, shitty situation, but it is what it is. It might happen that they really need to get rid of the property because they need to buy something else, or they just can't afford the holding costs and all that stuff. So just keep in mind, if you're out with your agent and you want to look at brand new properties on the market, like let's say you call your agent and be like, hey, John, look at that just came like yesterday. We need to go and see it. Numbers make sense if we buy it like $25,000 less. Not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your agent's time. Like, it's just a waste of time. They're not going to accept, the sellers are not going to accept this kind of offer. Probably, maybe it will happen like, I don't know, like 1 in 100,000 offers. It's just not going to happen. So as an advice, when you're approaching new listings, run your numbers at asking price or just a little bit below asking price. Do your underwriting properly. If the unit has been on the market for, let's say, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months, that's a different situation that we're going to talk in a different podcast. Just a friendly reminder, don't waste your time and don't waste your agent's time. That's it. That's all I need to say for this specific segment for this week. And now we're going to move on to the actual Knicks picks. Yeah, thank you for bearing that with me. All right, cool. Let me get a little bit more comfortable. Okay. I'm going to keep complaining about the chair. I'm just saying.
I'm not going to about it, just so you understand. I'm going to actually make it worse. Cool. I'm going to make it lower and lower. We're just talking to you guys.
All right, what I have for you first. It's a little bit unorthodox for me to present you something without photos. But again, the one thing that says right here is remodeled 2-bedroom. I mean, how remodeled it is, we don't know. But the numbers actually work. It's 1352 North Geneva Drive, Unit 2A in Palatine. It's listed currently for $159,900. Let's see, did I actually? Oh yeah, there you go. I actually pulled the numbers for that. So with a 25% down at asking price, this has been on the market like 3 days. This is exactly what we talked about right now. That's why I'm actually doing the underwriting for at listing price. I mean, it might go lower, it might go higher. I don't know. I don't know what actual their interest towards the property is. But with 25% down at 8% mortgage rate, we have taxes which are probably going to increase, let's say, to $1,500 just to be on the safe side. And we have, with the low assessment, this is the really major point of this specific unit, is really low HOA fees of $178, which that's a completely different topic that we're going to talk on a different podcast, but stay tuned. You are coming up with about $1,200 monthly payment for this place. And now the comps here are showing that 2 bedrooms have sold for pretty much, so it's listed okay, I want to say. It depends. Do I recommend you to go there right away and see it right away and just shoot right away? Maybe. But if this thing stays on the market for another couple of weeks to a month, you might be able to, probably might be able to get it too close to even under 150, which would be phenomenal at this specific, for this specific market. The rents are not as strong there right now for this specific product. We are seeing rents for 2 bedrooms are going, for this condition and this square footage, rents are probably around between 14 and 1450. You're still making about $250 of this place if you purchase it with 25% down. This actually might work for a first-time home buyer as well. This is not, it's not the worst idea possible, because if you just change this little thing to 5% down, let's say as a first-time home buyer, and you drop the rate to, let's say, 6.9, let's be optimistic here, you are going at 1420. So as a first-time home buyer with 5% down, you can buy 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1,000 square feet in Palatine, and your mortgage payment will be about $1,400. Now, will you find something better to rent for that price? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Probably a rent for this kind of place, for something better for this, will be around $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. So I think that this is a good option for an investor with 25% down, or with a first-time home buyer with 5% down. Rents for this place are, like I said, let's be optimistic, because by the time you close, the rental market will heat up a little bit, so you might be able to get some more money for it. Again, this property doesn't have any photos. I have no idea why they listed without photos. You know, I'm not going to call out the agent, which is, you know, usually I'm reach out to them personally to see if they have any photos on, like, they can email me so I can relate to my clients. But again, this is a little bit unorthodox for me. I usually don't show you properties with without photos. Next property that we have is 1309 Kingsbury, Hanover Park, Unit B. Yep, that's the one. So this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bedroom. I'll show you that why this property is a little bit, I mean, not a little bit, it's like wishful thinking. It's a little bit overpriced, but again, it might work for a first-time home buyer and an investor if you're able to swoop in on a lower price. So we are doing, we can see what else has sold in this area for the past, what do you got, 12 months. So for the past 12 months, for 3 and a, let's see, 3, 1.5. Yeah, so this is probably the most expensive property, one of the most expensive property that's been sold. Like, again, this is the most recent comp, like we've talked about on a different show. That's how we do the comps, by the most recent one. So this sold, like, what, about a month ago? Exactly a month ago, actually, for $248. Now, what I think this place should be closer to is actually this one. It's Unit C right next door. It's in a decent condition. It's sold for $215. So whoever bought that property, bro, you got f***ed. Like, big time, because, like, it's just, who told you to overpay like $250,000 for Hanover Park, like 3-bedroom, 1.5? That's insane. That's effing insane. Like, this property should be trading closer to this price, because this one is not in a bad, again, outdated kitchen, absolutely no, like, nothing bad about it. Of course, I haven't been there, but again, just judging by photos, this property, sure, the floors are shiny and nice, but kitchen is probably 15 years old. Appliances, I mean, who cares? A pack of appliances are about like $3,000 you can buy brand new. Again, if you come here and actually swoop in on about a price of $220, the numbers are actually working, and I'll show you why they're working. Even for a first-time home buyer, the rents in that area for this type of product are probably about $2,100, $2,150 maybe. So let's see, what the fuck are we doing here? Come on, today, computer, today. There you go. You have 3.1, 3.1.5, 3.1.5. They're going for about $2,000 in the most recent one. There you go, 2022, 2023, 2000. So you can get about 2100 for this place. And if we do a little bit of a very simple calculation for this specific property, let's say we buy it at 240 as an investor, 25% down, 8%, and we go insurance about 50 a month, HOAs are 240, which is not bad at all. And we are coming up about 1902 with 25% down. Now again, this 8% interest rate, if you go 5% down, 7% interest rate for a first-time home buyer, you're going to add the PMI here automatically. You're going about 2200. Now you can refinance at a lower rate later, but again, the most important part is the price. Here, if we actually get about, let's say 225, what's happening in 225? You can buy it, your mortgage payment will be about 2100 a month, and you'll be breaking even if you decide to sell this place later on. So that's not a bad option. I'm recommending you. I'm just saying the price a little bit higher, and I don't think you should go for specifically this price. I think it's just wishful thinking because they slap new floors. I mean, off. I mean, floors are about what, 5k, not 25. What is that? 1200 square feet. Yeah, decent floors are about 5-6k for this place. It's not gonna be that bad. Come on, you know. Okay, that's the second pick that I have for you.
Quick question, just to pick your brain. In a weird market that is right now we're going after Thanksgiving towards New Year's, right? Like this is kind of like just a really goofy time. Nobody really knows values. When you're looking at comps, how far back do you go in this specific time, right? If somebody's looking to buy a property, do you go back 6 months, 3 months, 12 months? Like, do you vary how far back you put and what weight you put into certain comps?
So usually I would look at the comps for the past year, at least, even 18 months. Would I consider those like the 18 months comps relevant? No, I'll consider probably the comps for the past 6 months to be relevant, the most recent comp, right? But at the end of the day, you have to look the overall picture, right? So if you have, like, let's say in this situation with Kingsbury, so if you have, let's say, 6 townhouses sold in the past year and a half, 5 of them are sold around between 180 and 215, and then one only just sold for like 250. I mean, I would not advise my buyer to go and be like, hey, this is like 250, like 248 for this place, a relevant price, or 240. It's just insane because, like, as an investor, you have to dive into the rentals a little bit, right? So you have to make the numbers make sense. And at some point, if it's too complicated, you know, that's one of the things that I keep telling my investors too. If it's too complicated, if there's way too many questionables about that property, just move on. You know, we can find something. Like, there is no point of you banging your head against the wall and just trying to reason with unreasonable seller. Just move on. There's so many other properties on the market that you can go and swoop in and maybe get a decent price.
I think a really good point there is, like, there's a lot of, yes, numbers and facts and stats, but at the end of the day, gut plays a lot into your understanding of how the market is at a certain point in time. And I love that, where it's like, if you're just like questioning it too much, you should probably lean into that, as in, like, that's your intuition telling you that something doesn't feel right. Obviously lean into the broker that you're using that has more of that intuition, but as you go along, if something doesn't feel right, then it might not actually be right.
Correct. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that specific property. There's nothing wrong with it. Right. The only thing is that, like I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, is we have, you know, the listing agent usually have conversation with their sellers, and they give them options. How would you like to price your property? Would you like to price a little bit under market, at market value, or a little bit over market value? A little bit over market value. That's wishful thinking. That's not a little bit over market value, right? So if that listing agent set up the wrong expectations for that specific seller, it's just pointless to argue. Gotcha. It's a waste of time, right? It's just everybody's gonna waste their time.
Quick time check. It's 11:24. I don't know what time you gotta roll.
Yeah, I have like 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I have 5 more minutes. Looking forward for the next episode, guys. Stay tuned. Probably next Thursday. Most likely next Thursday. Yeah, we're doing it next Thursday. Yeah, in future, I'm gonna try to bring you some more content on a more regular basis. Hopefully, at some point, I can do it every single day as part of my routine. Like, you know, come here in the office and do it at around 9 o'clock up until like 9:30, like 9:50, 9:30, and so you can get a little bit more detail and fresh information. Also, please make sure to keep an eye on the investors email blast, which we're currently working on. As soon as it's out, I'm gonna start sending invitations to you guys so you can keep keep in touch with the best investment properties in low budget for Chicago and the suburbs. All right, peace out. Bye.